In this video, I will show you exactly what you need to know in order to become jacked. I promise you, if you can simply just accept what I'm about to say, you will become jacked. There is no other way around it, alright? And this is something that 99% of YouTubers and influencers don't talk about. For some reason, when this is the most important thing ever in order to achieve anything, they do not talk about it. So I will give you the secret blueprint in this video. Okay, so let's get it. And just for proof, at 19 years old, I've achieved this physique because I've understood something that most people do not talk about. You need to swallow some brutal truths. You might lose friends. That's number one. Might. It's not that you will, but you might lose friends. So they're kind of bullies, but they say, oh, it's just a joke. Those kind of friends, they will bully you for going to the gym. If you have those kind of friends, be prepared to lose them. You don't want those people around you. It's better to be lonely than it is to be with those people. The second truth is that you have to give it your full attention, especially in the beginning. Here's why. When you start something new, the ball isn't rolling. Give it your full attention. Most people think, well, I don't really have to give it my full attention. I don't really have to care, you know? Just be prepared that in the beginning, it's very hard. It's very hard because you're starting something new. You're starting something you've never really done before. And it's completely new to you. It's a lot of things to take into your brain. It's hard to get the ball rolling. But I'm telling you, once it's rolling, it is rolling. And it won't stop until you forcefully force it to stop, right? It's powerful. So number 3, it's going to be painful. Expect it. Anything that you look at as valuable is only valuable because it is hard to get. Most people, they wait their entire lives until they feel like it, until the motivation just comes through the window. No, it's going to require discipline to get the ball rolling. It's going to be hard. I'm not going to sugarcoat it to you. The someday, it doesn't come. It doesn't come. That someday could be today if you choose to let it be today. Even if you feel the motivation and you haven't got a level of character, you let it slip right through your fingers. Because you feel it and you're like, oh, I feel like working out, so maybe I'll work out tomorrow. You still have that same mindset. So stop that bullshit and just get to it. Start something. Start doing some push-ups. Whatever. Get the ball rolling. It's going to suck. It's going to require discipline. It's going to be painful. But expect it. It gets easier over time. Especially when you start to see results. That's when the momentum really starts kicking in. I promise you. So if you can accept that, you're even one step closer to getting jacked. Number 4. You're going to have to sacrifice bad habits. Or you're going to drastically decrease them. Now I'm talking about habits that will take away your goal. And most bad habits will. Alcohol, you still want to drink every weekend? Well, it's going to be extremely hard for you. Not only is it hard to get the ball rolling in the first place, but when you're hungover, you expect to get the ball rolling then. You're going to have to decrease junk food a lot. You don't need me to explain this. You know this. Number 5. Yeah, I've already touched on it. Anything valuable comes with a price. And the price is you have to sacrifice bad habits. You're going to have to maybe sacrifice friends. You're going to have to give it your full attention. So you sacrifice time. You're going to have to sacrifice. And that's the price you pay, but you'll get something amazing in return. Not only the physique, but the character, the self-respect, the knowing you can do something, knowing you have something that most don't. And you know the momentum is rolling, so it'll only get better. It's powerful as fuck, but you're gonna have to sacrifice. Number 6, you're not gonna feel motivated most of the time. You know? Bro, what are you waiting for? Stop waiting for the motivation to come. People seem to think that it's only motivation that creates action. No action can create motivation. Once you start doing it, you start to feel more motivated. You see why most people don't have a jacked physique. It is quite obvious when you just listen to what I'm saying. That most people aren't willing to sacrifice. Most people aren't willing to go through the pain of getting it. Most people expect it to be easy. Most people cannot force themselves to do anything that is hard, that they set themselves to do. Not their job or whatever, but that they have made in their mind that they are going to do, their own goal. Most people can't do that. Number 6, this is the most important thing, and this is what I'll touch on in this video that most people do not talk about. You're going to have to reprogram your mind for success. If you can simply do this one thing, because think about everything that I've explained here, it's all mental. It's all mental. Expecting it to be painful is mental. Being prepared to lose friends is mental. It's painful, but it's all mental. It's just a mental game. If you can fix that, if you can reprogram your brain for success, you'll make it. I guarantee you. I guarantee you'll make it then. You'll get jacked then, alright? So, this is why most people ain't jacked and will never be. And if you accept these, then you'll get it. I promise you. So, what's more important than anything else? Now, I've already touched on it, but is it the workout routine? No. Is it the diet? No. Is it you need support? No. It's your self-image. Because if we're honest, you know exactly what to do. You didn't need me to tell exactly what you had to do. You don't need me to tell you exactly what to do. You know what to do. But because of your poor self-image, your poor self-esteem, you simply don't do it. And we're going to fix that in this video. And that is your self-image. That means, how do you view yourself? What are your beliefs about yourself? What do you think you can achieve? What do you believe about the world? How strong is your emotional conviction in yourself? Do you trust yourself? When you say you're going to do something, do you genuinely feel it in your heart that you are going to do it just because you said you were going to do it? Do you trust yourself? Do you deeply believe, truly, that you are indeed meant for this? You are indeed meant for more. You are indeed meant for a great physique. Do you believe you deserve it? Or do you believe you don't deserve it? Here's the interesting thing. What you say doesn't matter. What you just said to yourself, yes, I trust myself, whatever, doesn't matter. What does your everyday actions say? They speak way louder than words. They speak way louder than what your conscious mind just thought of. Your everyday actions will answer these questions themselves. Alright? Your everyday actions will answer these questions. Not what you consciously thought of. Your subconscious mind has the image. Yeah, your subconscious mind has the self-image, and that's what drives all your actions. I promise you. Your subconscious mind is the driver, and your body is the vehicle. You think you make all the decision. Your subconscious, your self-image is what creates all the decision you think you're making. You think you're in control. Your subconscious mind is in control. Your self-image is in control. And you don't even know what's going on in there. So how the hell do you expect to be jacked unless you understand this? Don't worry, I'll give you everything I know, okay? So if you said to yourself that you look at yourself as a disciplined person, but your everyday actions says otherwise, then you don't actually think that about yourself. You might think you do consciously, but subconsciously you don't, because that's what drives all the actions you make on an everyday basis. Alright? So, you can totally change the self-image. I've done it. My self-image has been crap. Down the drain. Further down the drain than most people. And that's why I rose. Because for most people, when you hit rock bottom, you can only choose to be bitter or better. I chose to be better, and I was forced to change my self-image. I was forced to make it happen. Therefore, I made it happen, and it's just a part of me now. I cannot imagine not being in good shape. So you can totally change it, but you can totally change your self-image, how you view yourself. But you're going to have to be totally brutally honest with yourself. All right? Stop lying to yourself, because at the end of the day, you are not lying to me. You're not lying to the outside world. You are lying to you. I'm telling you, every time you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, you didn't lie to anyone else other than yourself. Your mind picks up on it. Your mind knows you better than you do. You think you fool everyone else. At the end of the day, you are fooling you. I promise you, alright? So that's why you lack self-trust. Because every time you said you were going to do something, you found some excuse to not do it. So deeply, you do not believe you can because of all the fake promises you've given yourself and all these things, alright? Just be aware. So, next. Understand this. Why did I write SF? I meant SI. Okay. Self-image leads to the actions, which then leads to the results that you get, which then leads to even a more confirmed self-image of what you previously thought. So this just keeps building on top of each other. All right? It just gets stronger and stronger. So, just understand, you can simply not do anything consistently that's out of your self-image. You know these people that try to lose weight or they try to go to the gym. Maybe that's you. You try to go to the gym, but then you always fall back into your old ways. You always fail. You always can't stay consistent. This is why. Your self-image. And you're not aware of this. This is going on in the background without you even knowing. The mind is extremely powerful. Do not underestimate your mind. I'm saying this. Listen to that again. Do not underestimate what's going up in here. What's going up in here? What's outside of you simply reflects what's in here with you. Just understand. Do not underestimate the mind. It all starts here. Getting jacked is a lot more of a mental game than it is physical. Most people don't talk about this. And it's the most important thing ever. It pisses me off. So, and understand that the way you view yourself subconsciously, did I write that correctly? And understand the way you view yourself subconsciously is what your brain will always look for proof of. Think about that. Everything you believe to be true about yourself, about the world, and everything, the beliefs you're not even aware of, you think you're aware of it, you're not. So if you believe, I could never, it's not in me to do that. I am not disciplined enough. I was just made to be a failure. Understand that the way you view yourself subconsciously, not consciously, subconsciously, is what your brain will always look for proof of. I will say that again, because this is important that you get into your head. Understand that the way you view yourself subconsciously, your self-image, what you believe to be true about yourself, all these million beliefs about yourself, is what your brain will always look for proof of. So if you believe, I could never, it's not in me to do that. I am not disciplined enough to get that. I was just made to be a failure. I am not good enough for success. You probably already read what I wrote down here, but then that will be true. Not because it's objectively actually true, but because you believe it is. And your subconscious mind, again, not conscious, your subconscious, without you even knowing what's going on, will always, I guarantee, always look for proof that what you believe to be true about anything, but especially about yourself, is true. It will look for proof constantly, and you will sabotage your own shit without even realizing it. This is deep shit, alright? This is more important than the workout routine, the best diet, this and that, whatever. This is the real deal. I promise you, this is the real fucking deal. This is what you fucking need to focus on, alright? You and me, we're capable of anything. So the phrase, believe in yourself, it goes so much deeper than you think. People say believe in yourself and you think, yeah, sure, whatever. But when you understand this, how deep that shit goes, you're like, holy fuck, I actually need to believe in myself. There's no choice. I have to in order to achieve it. And now you understand why. You think you have control over what you do on a daily basis, but you don't have control over anything. Your subconscious mind does. And every action you do is aligned with your current self-image, your current belief system. Alright? Change that inner self-image, your subconscious beliefs. And all of your actions every day will reflect that, or what your own successful character would believe and do. Operate on the same frequency as your desired reality now, And it has no other choice but to manifest. And that means your beliefs, your thoughts, your emotional conviction in yourself, your identity, and where your attention goes. Where attention goes, energy flows. And yeah, by the way, I'm working on this every day as well. Like, I'm not pretending to be above this. I work on this every day. Alright? This is something I've learned and want to share. If you don't believe me, by the way, Einstein himself fucking said it. You don't have to believe me. Don't take my word for it. Look what he said. Everything is energy. And that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but to get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy, this is physics. And this is also a book that I'm reading that is called Cybernetics that really helps me to understand this whole self-image thing, alright? It's powerful as hell. How do you actually change your self-image? I've been yapping for a long time now. Self-image. How do you actually change your self-image? Because I've been talking about, you know, how much of your actions are subconscious and with your self-image. So here's how you fix it. There's a lot of ways to do it. These are my favorites. And I don't think there's a lot of other ways, but maybe there is. So number one is visualization. But not any kind of visualization. Visualization where you do it, where you do it vividly. Vividly. Alright? Visualization where you do it vividly. What I mean by that is you use all your 5 senses in the visualization. You feel the fire, you feel it. When you visualize your goal, you visualize your dream life, you visualize it all. You're there, alright? But you're really there. You can feel around the room or whatever. However your desired reality is. You feel with your hands. You can feel if you pull up your phone. Whatever you do, use all your 5 senses. What do you hear? What do you see? What do you feel? What do you smell? What do you taste? Because the brain doesn't understand the difference between real and an imagination. You don't believe me? Well, if you close your eyes and vividly visualize an embarrassing memory or whatever, you feel it as if it is happening now. Your body is literally feeling it as if it is happening now. How crazy isn't that? What happens is, the more you can vividly feel the visualization of where you want to be, your brain will register it as an actual memory. You might not believe this, it sounds crazy. You've been repeatedly exposed to the same thoughts, the same people, the same environment, and everything. And it is all implanted how you view things, alright? So what you need to do is change this. And the most powerful way to change it is through visualization. Experience the experience of actually having what you want. Being there, feeling it. If it, you know, being jacked, you feel your abs. You feel your muscles, the veins on it, right? You feel it. And let yourself feel the feelings of having it. The more you can actually use your 5 senses and feel the experience, the more you can let your emotions actually feel what that's like, how amazing it is. Remember, your brain doesn't understand the difference between real and imagined. Therefore, it will store it as an actual memory. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. Alright? And your subconscious mind has no ability to reject what you put in there. It can only accept. Alright? Your conscious mind can reject or accept. But what you accept into your conscious goes into your subconscious, and it can't reject it. It can only allow it. And your subconscious mind speaks to you through feelings. You change your subconscious mind. You change your subconscious mind through emotions. All right, that's how your subconscious mind speaks to you, and that's how you can really change your subconscious mind through feelings, through emotions. All right. So if you can be there vividly, feel the emotions of being there. Actually, like, really be there and feel it. Every time you do it, you change your self-image. This is something I learned in the book Cybernetics. It's crazy. And you change your subconscious mind, which means you change your actions every day, and you don't really have to put too much conscious effort into it. We're all goal-oriented. You have a goal without even realizing it. You have something that your brain is driving towards without you realizing it, and it might be extremely destructive. So you want to be jacked, so visualize yourself being jacked. Feel the abs, feel how it feels when people compliment you. Just let yourself feel it and be there. That's the way you reprogram it. And naturally, the more you do this, the more you reprogram your mind. And since humans being, we're goal oriented. We go towards something whether we know it or not. The more you can manipulate the goal your brain has set for itself, the more your actions will start to reflect that goal, and you'll start to really believe that it's true because your brain has registered it as you actually being there. It's crazy how it works, and this is what you need to change. And then the physical actions, they will just kind of take care of themselves. Of course, you still got to learn something, but it's still a part of the self-image. You learning and you wanting to grow and everything, okay? So just realize that. So use all your 5 senses and feel. Visualize vividly and use all the 5 senses. And that will create an actual memory in your brain. It's crazy. It's what happened to me. It's crazy how it works because I remember I did this. You know, I do this, right? And I remember one day I was kind of just sitting there thinking. And I remember just thinking back to the good days where I lived my dream. And it only took a few seconds, but I realized, wait, holy fuck, that never happened. But I sat and was thinking about it as if it has actually happened, because my brain had registered it as if it had actually happened. It works, I'm telling you. But just don't judge it the day you do, because it's going to be hard, all right? Just try to do this every day, okay? And it'll change how you view yourself, your beliefs, and everything, all right? What you believe to be true. Second thing, repetition. Simply, that's why affirmations can work. If you can repeat an affirmation about whatever, about how you're disciplined, you can go to the gym and everything. If you repeat it every day, thousands of times, you'll start to believe it. You'll start to believe it. And especially, not just especially, you need to get emotionally involved with it. Get emotionally involved with the repetition, the affirmations you say to yourself. All right? It's very important because you need emotion for it to register in the subconscious. And the more you say it, the more you feel it, the more you let yourself feel it, and you think back to a moment where you've been disciplined. It could have been the smallest of discipline, but you were still disciplined. Just think back to let yourself feel the feeling and say the affirmation. The more you do this, the more you just reprogram your whole subconscious mind. It's crazy how it works. And that leads me to this. You might not expect this, but it's actually journaling. So journaling, not just journal in any kind of way, all right? Specifically journal about what you have been disciplined in doing, all right? So, or whatever. What does your desired reality character has? What kind of characteristics does he have? So journal about. It sounds narcissistic, but it's really not. So, for example, if you've done something very small but disciplined today, let yourself feel it. Let yourself feel the emotions of feeling like a disciplined individual. Because remember, the more you feel an emotion, and repeatedly, the more it goes into your subconscious mind. It can't reject it, it only has to accept it. So journal what you've been disciplined about, what you've done good, right? Things you've done good. And let yourself feel it. Again, let yourself become emotionally involved with it, right? Sit with the journaling and just let yourself feel it, because it might take some time. It might feel a bit weird. It will feel a bit weird, all right? But just do this, and I promise you, it changes everything. And so these are the ones that I do. And this is how you change your self-image. And your self-image is in your subconscious mind, all right? You just change your subconscious mind, which has the self-image. If you don't do this, here is what will happen. So, not the best at drawing. I apologize. So, you're here. All right? You're here. You're kind of sad, right? And you want to go from here to this guy or girl or whatever. Strong. Happy. girls looking at you, right? Right? You want to go from here to here, right? But this is you, right? This is your self-image. You try to go from here to here with your self-image. It will always grab you back to who it has accepted that you are. So you try to go here. You try, and then down again. And now you feel even worse about yourself. You try again, and it doesn't work. Because your self-image can't go there, and you just go back, and back, and back, and back, and back, right? You can't stretch out of your self-image. So, these are your beliefs as well. So, I can't. That's IC, by the way. I can't. Not me. Not me. What is my drawing today? Not me. Whatever. It's all these beliefs, right? So you are not operating on the frequency that this desired version of you is operating on, right? But as soon as you change these, and as soon as you start having an emotional conviction in yourself, confident that you will get there, you feel aligned towards it, you have the beliefs that, most importantly, you have the beliefs and the self-image that this guy has. Because you don't actually have to be this guy physically in order to have his beliefs and his self-image. So if you can adapt the self-image and the beliefs that this guy has, you'll naturally start to become him, just naturally, because you'll start to operate on the same frequency as him. So it has no other choice but to manifest. All right? And again, the way that you do it is with visualizations, affirmation, journaling about how you've been disciplined and everything. I don't really know what more to say, but if you want my personal help, I'll help you for free. Just join my Discord server, and yeah.